Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video, and tonight, that's right, you read the title, celebrating the 30th anniversary of Hook. Yes, Hook. I'm actually one of those people that, do like this film. I do love Hook. I understand because of, because reading the history and behind the scenes of this, it went through quite a lot. And for many years, Steven Spielberg had wanted to do an adaptation of Peter Pan. And, and then finally, as things like at times, it never came to be, but then finally, he did finally make a Peter Pan film, but it's about, what if Peter Pan grew up and never came back to Never Never Land, and we get this. It's got a great cast from Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams, Julia Roberts, and Bob Hoskins. They're great, they're great. Robin Williams as Peter Pan is charming and delightful, and it's Robin Williams. What can you say? Dustin Hoffman is Captain Hook. Oh man, because I think he nails the role of Captain Hook. And Bob Hoskins as Mr. Smee, he makes a great Mr. Smee, for sure. And he would actually go on to reprise the role of Mr. Smee in this, TV movie or something that has to do with Neverland. So, and Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell, she's okay. She does a pretty good job as the role, playing the part of Tinkerbell. The thing is, we all know with Tinkerbell, just, because she could be a handful and also be jealous, and just like in the story itself and what Disney did in the 2003 live-action Peter Pan film. But in this one, very different. Maybe I want to guess my guess is that, well, after the events of what happened in Neverland with Wendy, Michael, and John, blah 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 blah, Tinkerbell did kind of change her attitude a bit, that's my guess. And some of the others, like the other cast members, like Amber Scott as Maggie Banging, Charlie Carsmo, if I'm saying the last name right, as Jack Banning, and Caroline Goodall as Maura Banging, Peter's wife, and Maggie Smith. Can't forget to mention Maggie Smith as Wendy Angela Darling. And you know what? It's Maggie Smith, and she does pretty good playing the part of Wendy. And some of the others, like Arthur Mallet as Toodles, who was a lost boy, and Wendy took Toodles in, as an orphan. And also another one there, like Liza, played by Laurel Cronin, if I'm saying the last name right, who actually a year after Hook, she sadly passed away, and one of the last films she did was that movie with baseball with Tom Hanks. That was her last movie she did. The story and the Lost Boys I forgot to mention, and most notably can't forget to mention Dante Bosco, if I hope I said his last name right, as Rufio, because Rufio is he's pretty cool in this, and that was the intention for what they did, make Rufio cool, and you know what? Because it's got a great set. The sets of Hook are fantastic, and not to mention that this was filmed that the stages of Hook, the sets were on the same stages where The Wizard of Oz was shot. And many of the crew were hoping that Hook would be the next Wizard of Oz for new generation. But unfortunately, that didn't come to be because, well, we know how the film turned out, and it was a bit disappointing because it seemed like it would have been great, and I'm sure everybody was hyped for it because of the all-star cast, its director, and you had John Williams doing the music and score. In fact, originally, I remember I heard about this, that Steven Spielberg at first wanted to have Hook be a musical, but then changed his mind, and we got what we got of Hook, and I think he regretted not having it be a musical. And the same thing goes for, like, say, when he did 1941. He wanted that to be a musical, but that didn't. But that didn't come to be. But you know what? He did do a musical, West Side Story. Yeah. But anyways, John Williams' music. I gotta say, John Williams' music is fantastic. It's John Williams. And also, there was a handful of deleted scenes that were cut. Like, we would have gotten more of Maggie, and if you noticed in the film, like, during the war, the battle between Peter and Hook and the Lost Boys and the Pirates, when Peter goes to save Maggie, there are some kids there that are with Maggie, and apparently those kids were held hostage by Hook himself. And especially during that film, like, Hook trying to seduce Jack and Maggie, it doesn't work on Maggie, but it's slowly working its way into Jack. And one big part of the film is, Jack's baseball game. His father, Peter, missed the last game of the season. And, Hook showing Jack, that Hook can be his dad. And especially like those lines, my Jack, and Peter, my Jack. So... And Peter's backstory, because, Peter starts to remember about his childhood and from when he was a baby. They're interesting that he could remember back when he was a baby, but, and apparently Dustin Hoffman was, like, there's a deleted scene where apparently Dustin Hoffman is playing the part of Peter's father. I don't know, but anyway, so, trying to remember what else. Well, like, the action sequences, the visual effects, they're fantastic, and I can't remember if this film almost won an Oscar for best visual effects. Maybe, I don't know. Trying to remember. And the climax and the battle, as I said, and Rufio's death, like, oh man, like, from what I heard, that really hit a lot of people. Like, according to Dante, he got a lot of comments from people saying, Rufio's death was one of their first experiences of, of a death or just something. And that dialogue, do you know what I wish? What? I wish I had a dad like you. Wow. Just, and yep, because Rufio must have been through quite a lot, in his childhood. Not to mention, I've seen this, like, that prequel short to Hook, Bangarang, which centers around Rufio. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, and the sword fight between Peter and Hook, and I love the lines that they say, Pan the Avenger is back, and the Hook is waiting, Peter Pan. I think I could do a slightly decent impression of Hook, I hate Peter Pan. Yeah, and I love that sequence where Hook and Smee, they're in Hook's quarters or room, I guess, and Hook almost about to commit suicide, and, Smee being there, helping him, etc., and, they coming up with an idea of having Peter's kids fall in love with him and, accept him as a, and, consider him a father, and Hook, I like it. And I just love his laugh, ha 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 ha. It's pretty good. Dustin Hoffman, he was great at the role of Hook. And, Hook's death, because, well, for one thing is, like, in the pirate village, like, we see this, like, there is a clock decoration, which is the Tick-Tock clock, because eventually Hook did kill Tick-Tock and had him stuffed and made him into a quiet clock. Did I forget to mention Glenn Close's cameo? That was pretty funny. I'm sure some people didn't know it was Glenn Close, who had the beard and so on, and that scene where, the boo box. Man, and stuffing Glenn Close in the chest, and the scorpions, boo, boom, like, either they're saying boo or boom, I don't know, but it's, the boo box. And, like, other stuff like the mermaids rescuing Peter, and there was actually, I found out, according to one of the mermaid actresses, there was going to be a scene where Hook asks the mermaids about Peter, and one of the mermaids squirts water in Hook's face. That would have been funny to see, and how Hook would have reacted. Oh, something like that. Very rude of you. I don't know. And back on TikTok, because TikTok finally eating Hook, and as the TikTok comes down, and I want my mummy, as Hook says, and Hook's gone. He's been eaten by the TikTok croc, and all ends well, and Peter officially, he leaves Neverland and puts the chubby lost boy in charge, What was his name? I forget. But, and the Never Feast, forgot to mention the Never Feast, and Toodles, who lost his marbles, and the fat, chubby lost boy gives Peter, Toodles' marbles. He really did lose his marbles. And there were a few song numbers in this, most notably the song that Maggie sings, You're Not Alone. At least there is a song in the film. And heck, at the very beginning of the film, because, where Maggie is in a school play playing the part of Wendy, the kids are singing a song, we want to be like, Peter Pan, we never want to grow up. So that's two songs. And, the Lost Boys do sing a song a little bit during, Peter's training and trying to remember who he is and learning to fly again. So, yeah, ain't no time to celebrate, ain't no time to celebrate. So that, anyways. And the ending to it, the epilogue, because, Maggie and Jack are back. Peter, says goodbye to Tinkerbell and supposedly Mr. Smee, who I guess is a cleaner, sweeping glass and, hello, having trouble with the Mizzies, is it supposed to be Smee? I don't know. It's never established. Oh yeah, and there's something else I forgot to mention. Phil Collins' cameo. He makes a cameo as a chief inspector. The police. And Toodles saying to him, I've forgotten how to fly. Oh, one does. Good evening and blah blah blah. So yeah, that was pretty interesting because Phil Collins having a cameo in Hook, but he did well. Anyways, and again, all ends well, and Toodles finally got his marbles back, and some pixie dust, spread on him and flying, she's Fidel! And, Wendy and Peter get the last lines. Wendy saying, so your adventures are over. Oh no, to live will, now I forget, but if you've seen the movie, you know what the line is. I'm sorry. But anyways, and that shot where Toodles is like kind of swinging around Big Ben, that's funny. Hook, I gotta say, is great. There are people that like it and don't like it. The film. It's mutual. It's a shame that because it didn't turn out what Spielberg and the others had hoped for what they were hoping for it to be. I can understand, but Steven Spielberg and Robin Williams wouldn't have to wait that long as later on they would make upcoming films that would get them back in their spirits. Like Spielberg had Jurassic Park and Schindler's List, and Robin Williams had Aladdin with the genie. So yeah, that was great. And just a quick run-throughs. The Museum of Clocks, I forgot to mention that. Hook's toupee, his wig, yeah, because that was unexpected, I'm sure for some audiences. Well, it was first seen when Hook was waking up to the sound of Jack's father's watch, yeah. And the Hook napping, Hook coming in and kidnapping Jack and Maggie, and we don't see Hook or anybody, just like green light and smoke, What a way to make an entrance, scary entrance, and for kidnapping Peter's kids. And yeah, and again, and one more thing, because, Peter's memories and flashbacks and his happy thought that he wanted to be a father. Very touching, so yeah. And yeah, even like one line that Peter says as he leaves Neverland, thank you for believing, quietly saying that. God bless and rest in peace, Robin Williams. Yeah, I even read this, that Steven Spielberg, he gave Hook a watch, you know, in honor and in memory of Robin Williams, and he did cry a bit. Yeah, like he was shedding some tears while watching it. Couldn't bear to continue watching it, I guess. I can understand, so. And how do I rate Hook? Good question. That's a toughie. What the heck? 10 out of 10. I love Hook. I think it's pretty good. And you guys let me know. You guys let me know what you think of Hook. You know, leave comments as always. Give it a like and let me know what you thought of my review. So with all that being said, happy 30th anniversary to Hook. And shout out to my friend Elijah Goring. He was going to join me for this. I considered for him to join me doing this, but as of now, you know, time ran out and I have to get this. This review has to be out, you know, tonight. So, which it is. You're watching it. So, you know, but I hope you understand, Elijah, and and you guys as well for, you know, what I said. So anyway, so again, 10 out of 10 for Hook. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Hook. More reviews coming your way. They're going to be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review. Take care. Peace out. Again, happy 30th anniversary to Hook, and bangarang.